So, this may be my favourite book from Secret Wars. So of course it's only lasting 2 issues. And is there any sign of anything like it in All New All Different? No. Why do I ask these questions, when I know the answers are going to be disappointment, betrayal and grief? This book takes place in a domain of Battleworld called Yinsen City, and honestly, there's no sort of recap I can give you beyond that Battleworld is a cobbled together world made up of other universes after the end of the multiverse, and it is ruled by God Doom. So, we open in Iron Man's backstory, which is an interesting place to start, seeing as Tony Stark ain't in this book. But for those of you who don't know Tony's backstory, there are 2 people locked in that cave working on the Iron Man suit. Tony and Ho Yinsen. We see that, in this universe, Tony knocked out Yinsen and put him in the Iron Man armour, sacrificing himself to save Yinsen's life. So, not the main Marvel universe. We cut to several years later, where Yinsen has taken up the mantle of rescue, and built the world's first self-sustaining city. He is about to announce his very own Defenders initiative, when an incursion happens, which, Jesus Christ, I thought this was taking place on Battleworld, but we're actually seeing the world before the multiverse ended. This is honestly something I haven't seen in any Secret Wars book, and that really makes this stand out to me. So many of the domains we see in Battleworld leave me with the question of how they came to be. This book actually decided to explain it. Yinsen wakes up and we reveal that he is Baron of Yinsen City, but obviously he remembers the world before Battleworld, which is, once again, something I haven't seen yet in Secret Wars. He's fallen asleep in the meeting with She-Hulk, who is a 4. Because of course who wouldn't fall asleep in a meeting with a 7-foot-tall, incredibly hot green woman in a leotard. He tells her about his dream, and wonders about the world before Battleworld. Something Jen points out is a heresy against Doom, and that if she had heard it, which she totally didn't luckily, she would have to take him in. Also, she doesn't have a hammer, she has a gavel. Because she's a lawyer. Cute. She goes out and meets with Spider-Hero, and we learn that the other people have been having strange dreams of the past as well. No wonder this book is only going to last 2 issues. It actually ties in with the Battleworld setting. We can't have that. Luckily, to distract us from questioning how Battleworld makes no sense, Captain Britain, this time Faiza Hussein, smashes her way into Yinsen City. She apologises and says she comes in peace, which is the first time a British person has made contact with a foreign country and done that. So they give her some tea and ask her what the fuck a Britain is. Look, we don't understand any better than anyone else. Just don't say Ireland's in it and ignore Wales and you'll be fine. So Faiza is an interesting choice for Captain Britain. She was originally a character in Paul Cornell's Captain Britain in MI13 series, and appeared in Age of Ultron, the shitty crossover, not the questionable movie, as Captain Britain. This one is apparently from that world. I don't usually get on my political soapbox for any reason. It's too damn big and frankly it's not well built. But if I can, just for a moment, having a Muslim Captain Britain is genuinely awesome. Britain has a real problem with racism towards people from the Middle East, and especially people from the Middle East who are Muslim. And often they forget that Britain is a patchwork of other countries that have either invaded us or emigrated into us. I love Brian Braddock, but Faiza is super cool as a replacement because she represents that perfectly. Okay, putting the soapbox away, where's my Captain Britain comic, TV show, and /or movie? So, she says Doom is not a god and everyone else agrees. Because it's barely heresy at all if only one person does it. And, unlike Real God, who ignores my prayers for the sweet release of death every night, Doom is listening. And he's pissed. He revokes She-Hulk's 4 status and gives the domain next to them, Mondo City, the go-ahead to invade. And like 4 seconds later, a tank with 20 guns on it bursts through the wall between the 2 domains. At a guess, I would say they've been waiting for this moment. Those peaceful hippies from Yinsen City get their asses handed to them by the Mondo City invasion. Faiza wakes up locked in a prison there, and we see in our final ominous shot that this place would appear to be run by the Punisher. If there is anything more scary to you than the idea of the Punisher running a country, you're probably a insert political party you don't like here. I bet you eat babies, you monster. So Mondo City is a pretty obvious expire of Mega City 1 from 2000 AD, cementing this book as incredibly British. It's pretty cool putting a technological utopia against, well, the guys who put 20 guns on their tanks. And I imagine it'll be really fun in the next issue. This book is, as far as I'm concerned, gold. It's one of the few books from Secret Wars I've read that actually feels like it's tied into the Secret Wars world, and not just a what-if book with a casual mention of Doctor Doom at some point. I like the team, especially Faiza as Captain Britain. The humour is good and the plot well-paced, and I really wish this wasn't only a 2-parter. I hope that in the future of all new, all different announcements, we get some sort of continuation of this. So what did you guys think of this book? Leave a comment. And, you know, while you're down there, you may as well subscribe and like the video and tell me how much you love me. Just, you know, for reasons.